Welcome, Knights fans, to the 2017 Girls Region Semifinals. My name is Will Nolte. Alongside me is Jack Wallace, and we just saw the Knights barely come out of their semifinal against Love It Alive. They won 55-51. They had an 8-point lead with 15 seconds left, and with about 4 seconds left, they had a 3-point lead.
And again, very, very, very close game. And Love It even missing an almost buzzer beater that just barely missed. And even a bunch of free throws missed by Love It very, very late by Greer and Jackson, and just so close. And fortunately for the Knights, Love It was unable to make the comeback complete. And the Knights move on to the regional finals against the winner of Cedar Grove Westminster, which will be at 8:30 tonight. But the girls come with a solid win over Westminster yesterday, a huge victory for the program, and now today, of course, against Cedar Grove, and this will be another big upset for the Knights, and they sure are hungry for a win.
Jada Jackson wins the tip for the Saints. Starting lineup for the Knights: Zoe Weitzner, Sherelle Zeleny, Mackenzie Baker, Paige Fleming, and Julia Ross. The Saints moving the ball around very well. Ramos has a very nice pass to Lemon, but Lemon gives it away and gets it right back. Ross could not keep control of it.
And still not a single shot attempted yet, and finally won by Cedar Grove, and it's good.
Lemon had a very nice pass to Jada Jackson, who got 2 points for the Saints. Now here's Weitzner trying to get it to Ross, but goes out of bounds, and Cedar Grove will take possession.
Knights back on defense here.
Good steal by Paige Fleming.
And a reminder, earlier today, the Redan girls team, of course the 2014 AAA state champions, a fantastic basketball program, and the #1 seed in the tournament came in with a huge win against Love It, and will go in to play in the title game is Julia Ross.
What a Euro step from Julia Ross, a senior. And a nice finish.
But with that means that now the winner of this game will play Redan in the finals, and the loser will play for third place.
Consolation game
against Love It. And again, all 4 of those teams will be going to the state playoffs, regardless of what happens. But it's just all about seeding. The winner tonight gets a shot at that coveted #1 to essentially steal it away from Redan.
Ramos just passes it way too high, looking for Lawrence. I'm gonna say Zeleny stepped out of bounds. Leanna Ramos slowing it down for the Saints. About 5:40 left to play. There's Wilson in the corner. Ramos looking for a foul, will not get one. And Lemon couldn't put it back in, and the Knights have struggled on rebounds all season.
Good job by Zoe Weitzner getting under the basket, using her strength to rip the ball away and give the Knights another chance. 5 minutes remain in the first quarter's game, still all tied up at 2 apiece.
Fleming almost finds Zeleny, but a great steal by Lemon. And here comes Ramos on the other end. A nice finish by Leanna Ramos. Coach Baker for the Knights calls a timeout. 4:43 left remaining. Knights lead 4-3. We're back now to continue this first quarter. Knights down by 2. Baker finds Weitzner. Here's Andrew Raffini new in the game for 3. Good.
Andrew Raffini, known as the Knights' main sharpshooter, has done a fantastic job shooting from beyond the arc this year. And that's going to be a foul on Baker.
Blocking foul called on Baker. Here's Wilson. Pass it on to Ramos. And we're playing. Clock is running.
The crowd getting deathly silent here. Everyone's sort of trying to figure out what's going on. And a little bit of an odd play here at Redan.
We were playing. Clock was running. Here's Ramos now. For 3, no good.
Good rebound for the Saints.
Wide open Jada Jackson, no one around her. Very easy for her to get that rebound. Baker finds Julia Ross. Here's Zeleny now.
Good play by Ross.
Raffini again for 3, no good, and Ramos will get the rebound for the Saints. Now Wilson. A blocking foul is going to be called on Joel Zeleny.
3:31 remain here in the first. Again, if the Knights do come away with the victory here, they would have both their boys and their girls teams in the final.
Very silent as Wilson makes her first.
Again, never seen this gymnasium this quiet. Usually quite the rowdy one.
Make no mistake, there are a lot of people on our side of the court as Wilson misses her second. And Ramos finds that it'll go out as the Saints will keep possession. What I was saying is, it may not seem like it on the other side of the court, but on our side of the court, there are a lot of people here. There's Wilson, no good. Now Jackson, good.
Yeah, again, the far majority of the fans here tonight are all on our side of the court.
Yeah, you can probably hear them.
Many of them Pace fans. Lots of Pace fans come out.
We have a lot of Pace fans to our left and a whole lot of Cedar Grove fans to our right.
Again, not as many student fans we like tonight, but understandable. Again, it is a Wednesday night, middle of the week, and it's a tough stretch too, so tough to get members here. We'd love to have as many Pace fans as possible out Friday night. Well, we already have the Knights boys team in the finals and the girls team having a shot too. But we need big support for both these teams this Friday night.
Wilson taking the clock down. Ramos now showing off her handles. And she just can't get the pass to Jackson.
Cedar Grove scoring the last 5 points. So 9-5 is your score.
Here's Zeleny. Zeleny! A foul is going to be called on Lemon.
Would have been a great block, but just barely got Zeleny with the tip of her fingers. Good call by the refs. Zeleny to shoot 2.
And Zelany's good on her first. And she makes both. A substitution as Lona Lawrence comes back in for Jamie Wilson.
Again, there's some big free throws out there for the Knights, helping to cut it down to a 2-point lead for the Saints. Again, very interestingly, across most sports we've seen so far this year, Cedar Grove has been one of the main teams, really, in 5 AAA, the new teams the Knights have faced. They've been a real athletic powerhouse.
Travel is going to be called on Lawrence. And Mackenzie Baker comes back into the game.
With Cedar Grove being the powerhouse, we saw, of course, the football game we choose not to talk about much.
Oh, Lord.
And then, of course, treating the Knights boys team to a 1-1 and beating the girls twice, though, both in close games. This school has been very competitive against Pace.
Here's Julia Ross. A travel is going to be called on Julia Ross. Questionable.
A debatable travel call at the end of the play. A 1:54 remain here. That's going to be number 1, Leanna Ramos, taking it out. Looked to be a little bit shaken up in the play, but will go out with the ball. She has been a fantastic shooter so far for the Saints.
There's Lawrence now, finds Wilson. Jackson on the turn. No good, and Pace will get the rebound. That's Julia Ross. Now here's Kayla Ross, her younger sister.
Good grab by Kayla Ross to keep it in bounds.
There's Raffini now, thought about it.
Of course, Kayla known for being the savior of the Love game with her buzzer beater jumper to beat the Lions.
Zalny slows it down. Here's Julia Ross, blocked away by Janet Jackson.
Close to a foul call, but none called. Very close there.
Knights are still in possession. Here's Ross. Julia, I should say. Finds Kayla Ross for the corner for 3. No good. Good pass to Julia. I said the wrong Ross. It was Caleb actually for 3.
And Julia Ross, of course, the sister of Kayla Ross, will be up to shoot 2.
It's so quiet in here. We almost have to be like golf commentators and whisper.
I don't want to break the silence here.
No, we don't.
1:05 remaining in the first quarter. Baker to sub back in.
Kenzie Baker comes in for Jayla Brown, senior for freshman trade.
Now we'll see Jayla Brown being a fantastic addition to this team so far this year. Lots of good stuff for him. Ross to shoot her second. And another miss. And almost a nice rebound.
Caleb Ross does get the rebound. Here's Raffini now from mid-range. Good. Ties the game at 9 with a minute to play in the first quarter.
And the Knights score 5 of their own to tie it back up against the Saints. And what a job of this Knights offense.
Jackson was no good on her floater, and now the Knights have a chance to take the lead. Raffini gives it away to Jackson.
Very risky pass there for the Knights, and it pays off for the Saints. 35 seconds now, and it looks like Cedar Grove is going to do what Lovett did in our previous game and just slowly take the clock out.
Although that eventually killed Lovett in the end.
Exactly. It's been too much time. Clock management is a very tricky and difficult thing to manage.
Jackson now with 10 seconds left remaining. Jackson on the spin. Good block by Mackenzie Baker. 4 seconds left, nowhere to go. And that'll end the first quarter with your score tied at 9. That is still a higher scoring game than the boys basketball game was.
Of course, 6
in the first quarter. But we will be right back after this break to start the second quarter. And we're back now to start this second quarter here at Redan.
As with the boys, girls do have each 8-minute quarters of their own.
Zelny finds a wide open Kayla Ross for three, in and out, no good.
And a good shot, good take right there, just honestly a luck on the end of it missing. But it's still a good play for the Knights despite the miss.
There's Lawrence now. Lawrence finds Ramos. Ramos showing off her handles. Finds Jackson, who has a nice wide open finish.
Kayla Ross almost getting the block at the end. Won't quite, and that'll give Cedar Grove their lead back. The Knights have only led at 1 point in this game.
There's Julia Ross from mid-range, no good, too far.
Almost a traveling
Almost.
earlier there, but good to save themselves at the end of the play. Cedar Grove taking their time.
That was Lemon on the drive because fouled. Here's Graffiti. Good steal by and Graffiti. Now here's Paige Fleming.
Graffiti playing very well, opening up in this game for the Knights.
Kayla Ross finds Zoe Weitzner. Here's Baker now. Back to Graffiti. Fleming now for three. No good, and the Saints get the rebound, and Ramos will slow it down.
And again, the Knights shooting a whole lot more of these three-point plays than Cedar Grove has. In fact, Cedar Grove shooting very few, if really any at all, from beyond the arc. They love just driving in and using their strength to match up against the Knights. And so far, it's worked well for them, scoring 11.
Ramos now. Ramos now pulls up for three. No good, and it was Kayla Ross who got the rebound, and now here's Paige Fleming. Zoe Weitzner is no good on her shot. Graffiti got the rebound. Ramos got the steal. Ramos on the Euro step.
What a shot there.
Ramos has been playing very well.
Fantastic shot by the Saints. And again, this game has been lots about momentum swings and scoring troves of points. It was Cedar Grove 5, Knights 5 again, and now Cedar Grove with 4 points straight.
Baker now. Kickball violation is going to be called on Lemon for the Saints. Knights will keep in possession.
Julia Ross and Jayla Brown subbing in for Baker and Ross.
Ross for Ross trade. There's Julia Ross to Paige Fleming. And Graffiti for three off the screen from Julia Ross is no good.
And again, just another just close miss. Very close for the Knights.
Jackson. No good on the drive. And fouls be called on Zoe Weitzner. And now she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Close call here from this one.
Her first. In and out. 4:26 left remaining in the second quarter. second is good.
Nice trying to build up a little bit back more on them. The Cedar Grove Saints have scored 5 in a row. Oh, and an incredible block down by the Saints.
A steal
And
by
Brown
Lawrence, but another
Brown.
great steal by Jayla Brown.
And she'll step out just with the end. What a close call, but Jayla Brown with an incredible come from behind hit.
Here's Lawrence now for 2. Bounces out, Ramos gets the rebound. Now Lawrence again, no good. Here come the Knights now, here's Graffiti. Now Fleming. Brown finds Graffiti who pump fakes. Paige Fleming now for 3, a high arcing one, good!
Those are the Knights' first points in quite a while. Cedar Grove scoring 5 straight. And the Knights finally respond with a beautiful 3. 14-12, and we take a break.
We are back now to continue this second quarter.
3:33 remain here.
Cedar Grove Saints in possession of the ball. It'll be Ramos now, the star for the Cedar Grove Saints team. Lawrence finds Hicks, and Hicks will be fouled. Antonia Hicks at the line to shoot 2. 3:18 left to play in the first half. His first is no good.
Again, the Knights are going to take every shot they can. They're going to love these Cedar Grove misses, but they need to get this rebound here.
His second is good.
Game is back to 3-point difference. So a Knights tray here could send it back to an even score.
Baker on the drive now, finds Fleming. Here's Brown now. Graffiti pump fakes. Good steal by Hicks. Off the pass from Ross, and a traveler is going to be called on Lawrence.
Cedar Grove running into their own teammate there. A little bit of a goof for the Saints, and it's back to Knights ball. Julia Ross is to inbound. Zeleny is in for Fleming.
Knights moving the ball well. Here's Julia Ross, now Graffiti for 3. Good! Tie game!
And what excellent ball movement by the Knights there. Moving the ball, shifting in and out, seeing where Cedar Grove was going, and finding Ann Graffiti wide open for a perfect 3. Knights splashing 2 free throws in a row here.
Wilson off the pump fake, and a nice block by Jayla Brown, the freshman. Here comes Zeleny. Cannot keep control of it.
2:22 remain here. But again, this game has been all about drives. Cedar Grove scored 5. Pace put the 5 back up. Cedar go put 5 again. Pace responds with another 5. Now it's actually 6. And Pace puts their own 6 back on the board. And now, once again, we're tied. This game all about momentum shifts. And currently it's back in the Knights. But can the Cedar Grove Saints break it?
Here's Ramos now on the drive. Excellent space off the screen.
Nice
for an open bucket.
We're talking about streaks. The Knights need to break this one by Cedar Grove early and set the tone for their dominance, and they're going to block it. Miscommunication. 1:55 left in the half.
Lawrence finds Jackson. Jackson now on the drive. Shot's no good. Rebound by Hicks. The ball goes out of bounds and the Knights will take possession of it. 1:31 left to play in the second quarter.
1.5 minutes left to go. The Knights need a big shot here.
Baker finds Zeleny. Zeleny finds Rafidi, pump fakes. Now Julia Ross on the drive. No. And Ramos has a nice steal for the Saints. Here's Ramos now on the other end. A great finish by Leanna Ramos.
And Cedar Grove scoring off so many fast breaks today. Being able to take the ball away from the Knights and just drive with it.
There's Zeleny now. Zeleny on the drive, blocked away. Ross with the rebound, and Ross will be fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 46 seconds left.
Ross to shoot 2, big 2 points here for the Knights. Could draw it to within a 1-score game with 46 seconds left.
Ross's first is good.
It's a good shot. The Knights have been fantastic from the line today. Lots of good scoring for the Knights from the free throw line.
Ramos now.
Ramos looks to have experienced some pain on the sidelines too. We'll see if she can still be fine for the rest of this game, but she's quite tiring up. Has done a lot for the Saints team.
Goes out of bounds. Saints will stay in possession.
23 seconds even. And again, they're going to take the clock down. 18 seconds.
Ramos now on the screen. Ramos will do it herself. No good. Show off her sweet handles. The ball goes off of her. The clock.
And the clock was let run for at least 3 seconds at the end of that. They need to fix the clock.
Referee going to the table to do so.
Seconds remaining. And they'll put it back to 8.9.
That's good. Zeleny to Julia Ross. Here's Zeleny again. Mackenzie Baker. No good at the buzzer. And a nice trail by 2 to the #1 team in the region going into halftime. From Will Nolte and Jack Wallace, we hope you stay tuned to us for the sure to be thrilling second half. We hope to catch you back here in 10 minutes. We're back now to start this third quarter. Knights trailing the Saints of Cedar Grove 17-19 here at Redan.
He's playing a very close game against these very talented Saints. Good to see them still keeping close control. You get many streaks in this game, so good for the Knights to hinder one by Cedar Grove.
Lemon, no good. Finally gets her third shot to go in.
Great rebound, getting 2 of her own rebounds, and a miss. Turnover for the Knights.
More missed rebounding by the Knights as Ramos gets to rebound and gets 2 points for the Saints. A quick 4 points right out of the gates. Forces Coach Baker to call a timeout with 7:02 left remaining in the third quarter. We'll be right back after this break. We are back now to continue this third quarter. 7:02 left remaining in it. Knights are down by 6. Julia Ross inbounds to Paige Fleming. Here's Weitzner, the senior. Now Fleming on a pump fake. Fleming pulls up from mid-range. Good jumper. Fantastic pump fake to make Wilson jump.
Put in some points.
Ramos taking her time, like she usually has done in this game. Shoulder handles on Baker. A nice pass. Looking for Hicks, no good. And an and one bucket is called in favor of number 20, Jada Jackson.
The Knights just have to get more aggressive. I mean, Cedar Grove is getting so many of these offensive rebounds underneath the basket. And the Knights, if they just don't push themselves in and try to get more, are going to be hurting all night tonight by these Saints. But even though they aren't the most accurate shooters, when they get the rebounds and they get enough shots, they get it pretty much every time.
And Jackson makes her free throw, extending the lead to 7. Graffiti checks into the game for the Knights. Here's Zeleny, now to Kayla Ross, who's also now in the game. The first time in the second half. Kayla Ross finds Julia Ross, who finds Baker. Now Graffiti for 3, good! That's been the saver.
Huge three-pointer.
That's been the savior all night for the Knights. Just 3-pointers, just keeping them in this game. Ramos with a nice handles, now almost a nice assist, but a good rebound by Lemon. Offensive rebounds, story of the game for the Cedar Grove Saints. Here's Zeleny now. Graffiti.
And again, as so many opponents have done to the Knights over this last while.
Joelle Zeleny gets 2 points back for the Knights, and now the trail by 4.
And again, what so many people have done, and so many teams coming against the Knights, is give them a lot of pressure as they're going. I mean, full court press immediately, and usually goes well for the Knights, but a good jump ball there for Pace.
Possession in favor of the Knights, and they will get it back. With a chance to make it a one-score game.
And Graffiti takes it out, gives it to Zeleny. 4:37 remaining. Knights still keeping it close, 4 points. We're down by 7 at their worst, and good for Kayla Ross to just dart out of the way at the end of that.
Yeah, Lawrence barely tipped it out of bounds. Graffiti pulls up for three. Good! 2 straight three-pointers from Ann Graffiti.
And again, as we were saying over the break, this game has been so close. Just pivotal threes like that can change the game. The Knights were down by so much, and now they've been closer to the Saints than they were at the beginning of the quarter.
That's Jamini Wilson for the Saints, getting 2 points, extending their lead to 3. We all know about 3 points for the Knights. As Julia Ross's shot is blocked away, and another jump ball is called.
Another very, very close jump ball called just before the ball was ripped away in favor of Pace, but changing possession, it will be Cedar Grove's ball. Knights now down by 3 with Cedar Grove's ball. Again, very few fouls scored by either team in this game. Only 1 foul so far, and it's on the Knights. With already more than 4 minutes elapsed here in the third quarter.
Ramos covered by Baker. Now Lawrence on the far side. Finds Hicks. Here's Ramos again. Ramos finds Hicks, and Hicks on the shot, no good. Julia Ross gets a rebound, and Ramos reached in on her.
Would have been an incredible shot, but fortunately missed, and a foul called on Ross. Big play for the Knights, and great to see them still turning through against this very, very competitive Cedar Grove team.
There's Kayla Ross now. Great job by letting Janet Jackson of the Saints just fly right by her and getting an open shot.
Again, Knights still keeping it close. 3:06 and
it's a 1-point game.
Trailing. Again, a reminder, the Knights lost by, if I'm not mistaken, only about maybe 3 or 4.
Hicks did not keep control of it. Barely stepped out of bounds.
Only about 3 or 4 point loss for the Knights from the last place Cedar Grove and Emmons Center, which is the last time these two teams faced off. And again, this Cedar Grove team is very competitive. They've been very competitive for a long time, and this girls team has for a long time not been as competitive, and this year has been sparked into really a new era of playing very excellent basketball. I mean, it hasn't been in the state tournament since the freshman year of these seniors, and so great when they're back in it again. And now playing very competitively against a very competitive team. And the Knights still could come away with a big win here.
Zeleny for 3. No good. Julia Ross will get the rebound. And she'll drive on the basket. Finds Baker. Looking for a foul. No will be called. Ross gets the rebound. Here's Graffiti for 3. No good. The Saints will have it back.
Still getting 2 shots off there in a rebound. Knights are still keeping it close. They need to get these a few more in, but the Knights have been shooting very well from beyond the arc today. And Cedar Grove's going to call a timeout right as they cross the line. And the Knights, with quite the run, 30-29, Cedar Grove leads. We got a close one here at end.
We're here to continue this third quarter. Knights trail by 1 with just under 2 minutes left to play. Levin's no good. Now Whitestar got the rebound. Now here's Julia Ross. Weissner for three. Just a bit right. And another jump ball is called. Good rebound by Jayla Brown. And the Knights will keep possession of it. Substitutions now. As Mackenzie Baker and Ann Raffiti come in for Jayla Brown.
Smart substitution to get Raffiti back in there. With the way she's been shooting tonight, good to get her back in.
Zoe Weissler also checked out of the game. Raffiti for three. In and out. No good. So close.
Oh, and what a close shot. And again, like I said, good to call her, get her in, and almost would have taken a 2-point lead there. The Knights have not led since the first quarter.
Remember, Cedar Grove is the #1 seed in the region. Here's Lemon. Lemon finds Lawrence. Lawrence on the step back. No good. Julia Ross with the rebound.
An incredibly contested shot there for Cedar Grove. Not too sure that was the best option for him, but it's going to give the Knights another good possession.
Zelia on the drive is going to be fouled on her shot, and she will go to the line to shoot two with 41 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Knights now poised to perhaps take the lead going into the fourth. 41.2 seconds in the third quarter, and Zeleny to shoot two.
Zeleny unfazed by the screams of the Cedar Grove.
Knights with this shot can take the lead.
And Zeleny shot toilet bowls in and out. And the ball just goes off of Julia Ross.
And that's just a little bit of luck there. Yeah. Basketball gods seem to be against that play. But we have it all tied up here, folks. 37 seconds, and the pace gets the ball back.
Great steal by Zeleny. Now Zeleny on the shot. Good, and the foul.
What a play for the Knights, and they have a 2-point lead and one. Zeleny with a fantastic play. Almost in a way to make up for the missed free throw, said, nah, I'm going to get one more. Pace having a spectacular third quarter. Getting the score 19-17 at half.
Started off pretty rocky at the beginning of the third quarter, but since then just been firing all shots on frame on offense and getting the rebounds on defense. A huge thing for the Knights. Shot no good. Here's Hicks now, and Hicks is going to be fouled on her shot.
12.9 seconds remain as Cedar Grove will take two shots. What a finish into this third quarter for Pace. What a finish indeed, Will.
What a finish. Hicks's first one is good, cutting the lead to two.
Shot number two.
No good.
Knights get the rebound. Give it back to Herdan, and that's a foul.
Foul called
on the Knights.
On number 33, Antonia Hicks for Cedar Grove.
And now 11.6 seconds remain. Helpful foul.
Here's Zeleny now. She's had 5 straight points. Zeleny on her handles. Looking for a foul. She gets her own rebound. And another jump ball is called as the buzzer sounds. Back out. End of the third quarter. Nice, or excuse me, no, not yet. Looks like it will be the end of the... I still don't know, I'm sorry.
bit of an odd call at the end. Looks like we'll just sort of keep going here. They seem to.
Yeah, 0.3 seconds left remaining.
Not sure that's technically enough time.
It is completely necessary. Don't worry. It is completely necessary.
They're starting from their own side of the court. So
there's the buzzer. All right.
No real reason for it, but regardless, the Knights will take a 2-point lead, 33-31 into the fourth quarter. Tune in for the fourth quarter coming up next. See if the Knights can pull off the upset against the #1 team in the region.
We're back now to start this fourth quarter here at Redan. Knights ending the third quarter very well.
That's their first lead at the end of a quarter so far today. They were down by 2 at the halftime and now up by 2 at the end of the third quarter. And what a run. Graffiti for 3. Makes it!
What a shot by Ann Graffiti to extend this lead to 5, the largest the Knights have had all night.
Cedar Grove starting to run out of steam. Again, this team has really barely shot at all from beyond the arc today, having to rely on their inside shots. And Knights, led by really Ann Graffiti, have been splashing so many shots inside the arc. It's been tough really for anything else to change, and that's going to be a call there on the Knights. First foul here of the half. 7:26 remain for the Knights to pull a huge upset and go into the title match. And he stepped to the line, Knights ball.
Great job by Julia Ross, blocked that away right towards Lemon. Now here's Zeleny. Julia Ross finds Zeleny wide open for 3. Good!
My goodness, an 8-point lead. This is the biggest lead by either team of the entire game thus far. And this Knights team is fired up. Only a minute in and the Knights have splashed in 2 3-pointers. 2 for 2. Cedar Grove unable to answer. They want to take a 3, but they just can't. They take a long shot and it's in. Wow, what a 3-pointer.
Jada Jackson for the Saints, responding right back to Graffiti's 3-pointer with her own.
The Knights forced their hand and Cedar Grove had to respond, and I'm not sure exactly how they got that shot in. But Cedar Grove showing their talent here late.
There's Kayla Ross. Kayla Ross on the drive. She'll make her shot. She's looking for a foul. None will be called. Doesn't matter.
And this Knights offense refusing to give it up. 2 minutes in now to the fourth quarter, 6 remain. Knights still with a hefty lead.
Hicks on a wild shot. No good. Now here's Graffiti slightly slowing it down for the Knights. Zeleny finds Julia Ross under the basket. Blocked away by Jada Jackson. Now Lemon's no good.
Knights. And Graffiti gets it.
Ever since that timeout, after a minute of play in the first minute of the third quarter, this Knights team has been fantastic rebounding, something we have not seen so much all season.
Baker having time to pull up, chooses not to.
Kayla Ross fouled on her shot. 5:17 left to play.
Yeah, but the more and more time goes down, the more we can see Redan seeming to break. I mean, their only thing Redan's done all game, honestly, was getting that one solid 3-pointer off. But besides that, the Knights' offense just refusing to let the gas off the pedal.
Ross's first is good.
5:17 remain. And again, we see the lead Knights finish. They have to hold on to it. Of course, never say it's over till it's over. We saw it just in the last game alone. Lovett scoring 5 points unanswered with 20 seconds left, essentially, and almost completing a miracle.
Knights led by 8 with 15 seconds left. They still ended up winning that game as Kayla Ross cannot make her second free throw. Now Ramos. Over 5 minutes left to play now. Ramos on the drive. And she'll be fouled on her shot. And she'll go to the line to shoot too. Coach
They're
Baker called for a
essentially
travel.
just trying to go in for the shot, but you look, I mean, even at the shot at the end, it was essentially just a thrown-up prayer.
That's true.
Cedar Grove's not getting enough time to really set themselves, slow down the pace, and get good shots off. They're just going too quickly, and it's really messing them up here.
Hayes is playing astounding defense in the second half.
Baker and Zeleny sub in for Weitzner and Brown. Again, every miss here is very important. Cedar Grove missing their first free throw, but again, rebound has to be got here. They have to get the rebound if the shot misses and get the ball back in the possession of the Knights. 5:03 remain here in the fourth quarter.
Ramos on her second shot. Good.
And she swishes it. Ross wide open.
Zeleny now. Zeleny gives it away. Great steal by Janet Jackson for the Saints. She nearly gives it away from Ross. Now here's Ramos.
Close.
Jackson's going to be fouled by Ross.
But again, at the end of the day, the Knights still getting these solid shots off. Cedar Grove still not getting anything out yet.
Ramos will inbound it. Jackson thought about
For
it.
three.
Lawrence, no good.
Misses. Knights rebound. But again, every shot Cedar Grove misses and the Knights get back is another big chunk of the clock wasted and an opportunity for the Knights to push their lead further. Half of the fourth quarter is down and the Knights have only increased their lead.
Graffiti will slow it down. Here's Baker on the drive, stolen away by Ramos.
Would have had an easy shot going off and ran right into a Knights player, but the Knights will be called for the foul there. 4:01 left here in the game. Will not be a shooting foul.
Well, here's Jackson, inbounds it. Finds Wilson.
Cedar Grove teaming to take their time here. Oh, and just by
Jay Jackson cannot keep her shot in. Again, rebounds. Killer for the Knights.
Pace leads by 5. 3.5 minutes remain.
Zeleny on the drive, no good. Baker with the rebound. Stolen away by Ramos again. Ramos has been fantastic tonight for the Saints. Just keep them in this game. And a foul called on Kayla Ross on the other end.
Cedar Grove is now in the bonus. 3 minutes left, and this game has been inching closer and closer. Cedar Grove getting so many foul shots off. Not really getting many shots, but lots of fouls building up now.
It's because of those rebounds. They keep getting their own offensive rebound. But
again, yeah, Knights having a fantastic end of the third and beginning of the fourth quarter in rebounds. They have to keep that up. And it's missed. Knights get it. Big rebound for Pace.
It's Julia Ross. Julia Ross finds a wide open Joelle Zeleny, blocked away by Janet Jackson. Jackson, along with Ramos, have both kept the Saints in this game tonight.
Clock slips under 3 minutes to go.
Sesbury on the floater, no good. They're going to say it goes off of Sesbury. With 2:52 remaining.
Knights need another one of those bomb threes right now.
Well, I don't think they
the
necessarily need it. Even if they get 2 points, it's still a 3-point.
I think it's the mentality of the game too. With those two big ones, that set Cedar Grove essentially nothing going on until about 3 minutes in the game. That's a kind of good 4 or 5 minutes of them really not being productive at all.
Kayla Ross, no good. Almost had the assist from Julia Ross.
2.5 minutes. Nice hold, but
Fantastic steal by Julia Ross. Now Zeleny will slow it down. Baker. Nowhere to go. Finds Julia Ross on the drive. Good.
Finally, they have to respond with some points. And then their defense has been so stalwart in this last 2 minutes. Oh, and a missed three, and that is killer for the Saints.
It is.
Under 2 minutes left, the Knights are now up by 7.
Reedy put her hand up, just slowing it down. No need to go quickly. We lead by 7.
That's why that shot hurt them. With that missed three-pointer, the Knights have a safe possession, and they've already killed a lot of time. 20 seconds already gone, and they're going to have to foul.
Resort to foul, and that was Jada Jackson with a minute 38 left to play.
Weitzner is in for Zeleny. Zeleny with a fantastic game. You can tell all these girls here playing their absolute heart out. As we now go to a timeout, 44-37, Lady Knights are leading it big here at Verdun. 1:38 remain in the game. And we're back here, Knights fans. 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Knights lead it by 8 or 7. 7. Sorry. Mental math break here.
We have been here for
And
about
it is
4
Knights'
hours.
ball. They wasted a good 30 seconds, then had to be fouled. Ball knocked out clearly by Cedar Grove. No clock at all wasted.
Great job by Gemini Wilson.
The nice thing to do what they did last time. Get the ball out, push back a little, and ease off the aggressiveness. The ball's going to go in, and a solid layup. Knights with another big, big point. 9-point lead, a minute 26.
Lawrence to Jackson. Jackson gets away from Lawrence. But here's Lemon. Lemon. No good. That was going to be a 2. She was on the line. And Rafidi gets the rebound.
Nice, get the rebound, and that is another huge possession. The Saints had to score, and a pretty necessary foul there by the Saints. 1 minute, 3 seconds remain here, and the Knights have only increased their lead as they now enter the bonus.
Maybe. Should they make their free throws?
Wow. A game that has been close the entire time against an incredibly talented team like Cedar Grove, and this girls' team has come out to not just play, but to win today.
Rafidi's no good on her free throw.
The Knights have their eyes set on a region title. 58 seconds remain. Cedar Grove has yet to score in quite some time, going for the three-pointer, and it's short.
Lawrence.
Knights get the rebound again. 50 seconds left, and another foul.
Helena Lawrence. This is a wide open shot for her. And that's a shot she normally makes. She has made before in this game.
But see, every time they miss this shot and paces this ordeal, that's another 10, 20 seconds off the clock. And now that you're down by 9, giving these opportunities over and over again.
And now we have to go back to whispering because it's silent in here.
gotta be quiet. But
and now it's loud. In and out goes Rafidi's shot. Now Knights still lead by 9.
48 seconds even. Cedar Grove has to hurry up. Under 40 seconds. No shots by Cedar Grove yet. Ball is loose. Recovered by the Saints.
Here's Ramos. Ramos pulls up for 3. No good. But Jackson does get the rebound, cutting the lead to 7 now. And Varsity gets fouled by Ramos.
But again, with that kind of play call from Cedar Grove, you got to take the three-pointer. And if they don't, now you're back to only a 7-point lead. But now you got 26 seconds. That was almost half your clock gone. It was 48 seconds even when we were down here last. I mean, 22 seconds off for just 2 points just won't cut it. If you're Cedar Grove, you have to score a three-pointer essentially about the next 5-6 seconds if you want to be able to keep track of this. But the Knights make both of these. They missed their last 2 1-and-1s.
By Varsity. Varsity's no good on her third straight free throw she's missed.
Clock has started to run. 20 seconds remain. They take the long three-pointer. Good!
Jada Jackson for the Saints. The Knights go quickly as the Knights take a timeout as Cedar Grove was going full court press. 4-point game, again, 12 seconds left.
But again, that three-pointer, you missed that, about game over. So Cedar Grove gets that. It's not quite game. Basic's done an excellent job controlling the ball.
Jack, you remember what the score was with 12 seconds left in the boys' game?
No, I know. I'm trying to be positive here, Will.
Yep,
I'm trying to be positive.
Yep.
12.4 seconds left. You just get the ball, control it, inbound it. They're going to foul immediately. You may only go back down about 10 seconds. But now only by 4. It's still a 4-point game. That's the thing. It's still a 4-point game. So it's still 2 possessions. As long as the Knights don't foul on the three-point attempt and be able to keep possession of the ball, they might be able to wrap this thing up. Regardless of the outcome here, this girls team has had an amazing game so far. What energy, what effort. And this team poised to take themselves into the region championship.
To face Verdun.
Something this girls team only dreamed of at the beginning of the season and now has 12.4 seconds away from achieving.
Zelony's fouled. 10 seconds left.
Zeleny almost got away from that foul too. Barely even touched her. But again, like I said, down to about 10 seconds, 10.5, 2 off the clock after the foul. Especially if you're the Knights here. Big buckets right here. Zeleny has been fantastic from the line tonight.
Absolutely.
We'll see if she can continue it and see if she can almost ice these Saints. And she'll miss the first shot.
It wasn't a 1-and-1. It was 2 shots. But
which, of course, doing that, I think will give her 2 more shots. Wouldn't it be a line violation?
I don't know. We'll see.
Apparently not.
No.
And she makes it.
Ooh. Close. 5-point game. 10 seconds left. Lemon go for a quick 2. No good. Here's Lawrence now. Lawrence makes her shot. 3-point game. Game over. This Knights girls team is going to the region championship. And look at them celebrate.
The Pace Academy girls with a wonderful, fantastic finish here at Verdun. And folks, Pace Academy girls and the boys both are in your region tournament finals Friday night. You can catch both teams on air with Pace Academy versus the Cedar Grove Saints in the boys game, and Pace Academy, well, likely Cedar Grove, depending if they win at Westminster, and Pace Academy versus the Verdun Raiders in the girls game.
Girls game will start at 7 o'clock. Boys game will start at 8:30. Both those times are rough, as they were tonight. But from Will Nolte and Jack Wallace, we thank you all for joining us here tonight at Verdun. We say good night and go Knights.